What's up, everybody? We got a great episode today. I got a great guest, and we're discussing Maryland basketball. There's no better time to be a fan now. The Big Ten's going up. New coach, Kevin Willard. I don't know if you guys are excited. I'm super excited. When you hear that, let's get right into it.
Venezuelan from Caracas with love.
All right, we're back with another episode of Ballin' with Bear. New year, new me. New me, new guest. We got the older brother of previous guest, Sam Brown. We got a straight Maryland Terp here.
Straight up.
This guy went over to University of Maryland, finished with a business degree. He sells mortgages now.
Yeah, on the side. No, I'm kidding. Full time. Yup.
So we're going to be talking about the Maryland basketball team due to our guest here. I've always been a big Maryland fan growing up. I preferred it when we were in the ACC. It moved us over to the Big Ten with all these Midwestern hillbillies. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we've been watching Maryland basketball together for a while. What was kind of, I guess, the first team that we got into? Was that Grievous?
Yeah, but did Terrell Stoglin play before or after Grievous?
After. That was after. So after that wave, that's kind of when Grievous is kind of what got us in. Those were our first teams we started watching. And then
Gary
really
Williams.
after, honestly, we really got into it where we started following the teams heavy when Gary left. He was like the big,
Yeah.
He left Gary left like right when we started getting into it for real.
Yep.
So we kind of saw the end, the very last couple of games. 2010 was really when Grievous's senior year.
No doubt.
He left. Then the other new kids came in with
And,
Turgeon.
I mean, Gary Williams is a huge reason that we're both Terps fans. Our fathers got into it. They saw the championship. We saw the video. And then Gravis had a great run. But even though we saw the end of Gary Williams, we also started the beginning of the Michigan State rivalry. And it's funny that we ended up moving to the Big Ten. And now we face these guys twice a year.
Yeah, exactly.
So we kind of got in at the end of it, but we also got in at the new beginning. But it's been tough because, we got into it. Turgeon was big running the program, and then obviously we all have our mixed feelings.
Big Ten ball is no joke. Honestly, I always thought when we first left, I thought obviously football were gonna get crushed. But I thought the basketball, ACC ball was better. It's not. Don't get me wrong. The ACC is fire. You got your classic teams in it, Dukes, UNCs.
But they've kind of fell off.
It's just overall as a whole, the conference is not as strong as the Big Ten. I can just tell you that every day.
And it makes me feel better that teams like Syracuse and Louisville got moved to the ACC. It's not as nostalgic and as basketball oriented as it was. But, the Big Ten's good for us. Our program got a lot of money. We've been competing with these better teams. Hurting a little bit in football, but hopefully, in the next decade, we pop it up. We've already seen recruits coming to the football program.
Dude, our football program's going to be nice. We got a couple new recruits, but all right, we can stick to basketball since we're in season.
Right.
And that's, we follow that more. We don't really.
So, did we just get moved into the top 25 from that win, or we won't find out till Monday?
We will find out on Monday. It's pretty much a lock that if we beat Minnesota tonight at 9 o'clock, we're going to be ranked. We'll probably be ranked anywhere from 18 to 25.
Right. So new season with Maryland. We come in with a new coach, Coach Willard, Kevin Willard. He came from Seton Hall, right?
Yeah, Seton Hall,
right.
Big East school.
What great program. All those schools are very basketball oriented. And what was
I love Big East ball.
Too.
That's my favorite. Besides Maryland, I always watch Big East basketball games. They're the funnest. They're the most fun. Marquette's.
Come on now.
Butler, Xavier.
And they just get
Villanova, dude.
And
classic games. Creighton.
Right. When programs change, these guys just stick to the fast pace, letting it fly basketball. It's awesome to watch. It's even better to bet on.
It is really fun. It's really fun to bet on it. They get chippy, man. Providence, oh my goodness. So Seton Hall, Kevin Willard, he was known for their press. He was known for playing really, really hard ball. Great coach, great motivator.
Dude,
pretty good recruiter.
His players are very active. They want a good motion.
Yeah. So I like he's kind of fiery, but he's what we expected him to bring to the team. He brought it. He's bringing it. The last 5-game stretch is you can tell how hard they're playing.
Yes.
The press is working.
100%.
I mean, we're playing 100% on
and
both ways on the court. Transition,
I've seen videos
very important.
of the locker room, and just the way that he talks to his players, the way that he lets them know that they're putting in the work in the system that we're running. It's nice because with Turgeon, he was a defensive coach that came over from Kansas, and I just felt like our defense was kind of weak if that was supposed to be our strong suit. And then we've always had a guy like Melo Trimble or Anthony Cowan who could lead our offense, but there's really no set. So going to a couple of Maryland games, we've been to a few. I like it that when we're in a little bit of a drought, because it still comes, sometimes we can't score. We run these sets that get open looks to us. And, if we're going to make it, we're going to make it. If we're going to miss it, we're going to miss it. But at least we're getting the open looks. And that's huge come March against these bigger programs that we're going to be facing against. So it's just nice. It's a relief to finally see some motion and some actual coaching here. I mean, no disrespect to Turgeon, but my man was a recruiter. It got kind of rough towards the end. Of the season
he just couldn't get it done in the biggest moments.
Yeah,
it was painful to watch at times. But yeah, so we started off 8-0. We hit an absolutely terrible drought, ugly spree. We played a bunch of good comp in a row on the road, and we did not look good. But the last 5 games, we've certainly came out of that. Actually, you could say the last 7 games, we've won the last 5 out of the last 7. We're still undefeated in the Big Ten at home. One of our losses was to number 1 ranked Purdue. We beat them. We lost to them by 3. Tight game the entire time.
Yep.
Maryland went down by like 15 early, came back, fought their way back. It was pretty much back and forth, 2-point, 3-point game for the last 10 minutes of that game. So even though we lost, really it was I guess you would say a good loss.
And 100%, during that midseason stretch, Wisconsin got us. We were at Wisconsin. That was like one of our first Big Ten games in another school when Wisconsin's so dominant in the Big Ten. So Willard got his taste of that. Tennessee kind of handed it to us. UCLA at home was tough. But since UCLA at home, we've been pretty good against teams at home, and especially in the Big Ten.
Undefeated at the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Dude, Xfinity Center has been on fire.
Rocking,
dude. It's
shout out that student section.
Yeah. So we went to I was at the Ohio State game. That was really what ended our really
bad losing streak because Rutgers got us right before that.
Yeah. Great, fantastic game. Wisconsin, Nebraska, Indiana have all been at home. We've been at what game did we go to? We went to the Wisconsin and Indiana.
Yep, and then
Indiana,
before that, we hit Illinois earlier in the season. That was a huge.
So, the last 5 games, won 4 of our last 5. Our only loss was to Purdue. We're playing really good ball right now. We're scoring a lot of points. Everyone's getting involved. We got Minnesota tonight.
Should be a win.
We take care of business. We'll go into the week. Monday, the rankings will come out probably around 2 p.m. or whatever they drop.
Yeah.
We'll be ranked for sure. After that, we got a pretty decent Big Ten stretch to end the year, going into the Big Ten tournament. But
yeah, that game
it's looking good. But what are you seeing? So we went to 2 games. We've been following the games closely. What do you think is working in this 5-game stretch? Because I'll tell you the number one reason that I think we have played so good the last 5 games.
Well, hopefully, we hit this right on the money. But I'm gonna say Julian Reese. I think that
100%. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yep, offensive rebounds wins games, and especially at the college level. NBA gets kind of crazy, but if you can control the boards, especially on offense and get second chance points, it's huge because a lot of these teams come down here and jack up a 3, and if it hits, it's big. But if not, you gain or you lose confidence and you lose momentum. And
right.
If there's long rebounds, it's tough. So I think he's been doing a great job of controlling the boards. He had a couple big dunks, take some pressure off of Jahmir Young, who's been pretty much our primary scorer this year. It also takes pressure off of Dante Scott, who's kind of, I would say, he could be very well our best player, but I feel like he just has confidence issues. If he misses his three, he loves that three ball. If he misses it, he gets in his head a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like Juju definitely picks up some of the relief for him.
Here's the thing. This is why it's so exciting to see the last 5 games and see how good we're playing and see how good Juju's playing, because all last year, Juju, big recruit coming in. Huge guy. But, last season, we had all the Turgeon drama. We had 2 different coaches. We weren't playing good.
Right.
It was coming after a year where we lost a lot of, I guess, better players. So it was just a whole...
It was a weird year.
It was a weird year. It was a disaster.
He got a bad rap for that.
Regardless, he didn't play great.
Right.
The college game was a lot faster from him coming from high school.
Yep.
You can just see it. You can tell how, it looked like he didn't... He hadn't quite grown into his big ass body yet.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, he's a big guy though. He's like 6'9",
lengthy.
Let's get him to 6'10", unstoppable, dude. So it was. He would go in last year. You would see bright moments, and then it would just be moments where it literally just makes you want to pull your hair out because it was hard to watch at times.
Yeah.
He just. Stupid mistakes.
No doubt.
Fucking whenever we're in a tight game, he gets a tech. I like that. I like being a tech every now and then. But dude, you got to be smart in that. So it's just he was more. Last year was just a big learning experience. I feel like start of the season. Honestly, the start of the season, he was sort of on that same path. But Willard, I don't know. Willard is working with them from what I'm seeing. I mean, the last 5 games he's played phenomenal. He's cutting down on the mistakes.
Yep.
He's stepping up. He's his spacing, his intensity, his decision making, dude. When he's playing good, we can be difference maker. You need a solid big man. You need a legit big man to make a deep run in March, and I mean, right now he is
And I don't know if you've been noticing this, but also who I think has a really good relationship with Kevin Willard is Kareem Hart.
Hakeem Hart.
Hakeem Hart, yeah. Hart, from the past couple games we've been at, he's always been the go-to guy that's, one of the starters that plays most of the games, and he's the biggest communicator with Coach Willard. And, sometimes it looks like they're getting into it, but other times it just looks like, he's controlling the pace because, Jahmir Young's so fast-paced, which is good. We need it for scoring. Hart is, I feel like, a guy that keeps his team together, even if he's not putting up the biggest stats.
100%. Hart is the true senior veteran leader on the team. You are not going to get any mistakes with him.
Right.
He's going to contribute 8 to 10 points guaranteed a game. When he gets hot from 3, he's hot. That's for sure. He was kind of cold the other night against Indiana.
Oh, it's because I bet on him. Yeah, I'm a fucking killer.
Yeah, no, he's the man. Hart is there's nothing you don't love about that kid. But yeah, I'm telling you, I'm really excited about Juju Reese because I've always said if you want to make a good team has to have a good big man, senior leadership, one good big man, one good guard, and senior leadership. Dude, you're making a huge.
I agree,
run,
and if Reese can be a little bit more athletic and longer up and down the court and can give Dante Scott that relief, Dante Scott can step up huge. So now you got 2 big men. So hopefully Jahmir Young doesn't take all that weight on his shoulders, but I like us. So coming into this end of the stretch, I think the 3 takeaways from the rest of our schedule to finish out strong. 1, Michigan State. Okay, that's our kryptonite. If we can get that, that's huge confidence. I know Willard will definitely be happy about that. To note, we played Penn State twice. They're in the back state. We should win at least one of them.
We'll get one of those. Yeah.
Hopefully, we beat them both times. And then I would say the next biggest game is obviously Purdue, the only ranked team that we have out of our 9 games left.
Yeah. So I mean, that Purdue, we play them February 16th. It's a Thursday at College Park. That game is going to be massive.
We're gonna try to get.
It will be Sunday. We'll be there. Yeah, we'll definitely be there. I think my dad's gonna roll up to that one as well.
Oh yeah,
I told we were at Acme the other night. I told AC Buckets to come. I told G Savage to come. We'll try to see as much people to come, but we got
that's some big shout outs on the pod.
No, dude. If the high school kids don't have a game, we'll get Cash will pull out. We'll get Savannah and all that.
And to pause you real quick, don't mean to. Shout out Trey Sean for yamming that thing.
Yo, that was nice, dude. South River Hoops. Trayshawn Timmons, 2 monster dunks.
I'll clip it. Send me the video.
Yeah,
It'll be in here.
Yeah, we'll shout him out. The boys are rolling. They came off a couple hard losses, but they're gonna make a state run. It's gonna be sweet to watch. Shout out to them last night. Before we move, how lucky are we as Maryland basketball fans to get Jahmir Young? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Especially
he is
in this
ridiculous.
year.
I don't know. He is ridiculous.
He's a senior too, right?
He's a graduate transfer.
Oh my God, what are the chances?
Dude, so he's the first. This is why it's also so nice. He's the first DeMatha basketball player that we've had at College Park in over 20 years. College Park is less than a mile away from DeMatha.
Yeah.
DeMatha, we all know, I guess pretty much everyone listening to this is local. DeMatha basketball, DMV, WCAC in general. I mean, this is the best basketball conference in the entire country. DeMatha, an historic basketball program. Some of the best recruits you can think of. And where's Maryland at?
Yeah.
Maryland should be at every single. They should have at every single DeMatha game, and at every single big WCAC game. There should be a Maryland recruiter there.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, there's no reason not to. It's the best basketball conference in the country. We should be getting all those kids.
And I agree. That's why our culture in our basketball program needs to be not so legendary, but it needs to be exciting because, Prince George's County and Maryland's not the greatest place to be around. College Park gets gritty and we love that. But, if you grow up here and you have a chance to go to Florida or you have a chance to go to South Carolina or even out west where it's warm and experiencing things, it's hard to knock that, especially as kids who went to college, we can see. But if you love Maryland, if you love the program, if you love the Terps, this is what, we need to be competitors in the Big Ten. We don't have the Duke rivalry anymore. We don't have the big ACC tournaments. We have it in memory. Thanks a lot, Gary Williams. But we need to build something new, and I think Willard's doing that. This is how we're going to get recruits. We don't need to be Turgeon and sweet talk them. 100%. We need to let our basketball talk for itself, and we want kids to win.
Maryland going forward is going to be top 10 to 15, hopefully, in recruiting each year.
Right.
Next year, and we will be a destination for graduate transfers and the transfer portal to
which
come
leads
to
me
Maryland.
to talk about, I don't know much about it, but I know that you're big into our recruits coming. If you want to, share some of that. Don't we have a really nice guard coming?
Dude, the Paul the Six kid is filthy. So what happens? We get new coaching, a new leadership in the program, and the Paul the Six kid, the senior guard for Paul the Six right now, who WCAC, they just beat Gonzaga at home. I was keeping up with that game. Nationally ranked in the country. He's a 4-star recruit. Honestly, why do I forget? His name always forgets me. But I'll look him up. But he's ridiculous. So we're gonna lose Jahmir.
But he's a senior. We got a great year out of him.
We got a St. Francis kid who's also supposedly really good. He's kind of a Dante Scott, I would say.
Well, what year is Juju? Is he gonna be able to stay next year?
Dude, Juju's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be completely fine next year. The culture's gonna be fine, but
we just need some scores, really. Get some guards in there.
That won't be a problem. That won't be a
problem. So many guards. If we have these good big men, who doesn't want to play with Julian Reese? You know what I mean?
No, that's not gonna be a problem, dude. We're gonna be looking really good for the next couple of years. But it's just crazy how Jahmir Young is playing at a level. He's honestly first team All Big Ten. He's gonna have to be. Bro. He's gonna be a first or second team. His numbers are ridiculous. Those last 5 games, he's scoring 20 points a game. He's doing it. He's listed at 6 foot, I think, but he's a good 5'10". The dunks that he's doing at these games, the last couple of games that we went to, is ridiculous.
And he's not scared. He's not scared of anybody, dude. He goes.
Dude, in Indiana, he tried to dunk on their second biggest guy in transition, try to fucking yam on him.
And he didn't make it, but he got the free throws. I'm pretty sure he made both of them. That's a player that you want going into these tournaments, who's going to draw the foul, get you crucial free throws. And I feel like our free throws have been on point. I haven't really been keeping track, but just from going to the games, we're not missing many. And the ones that we are hitting are taking our lead that much further to where these teams can't recover.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What? I'm just on the Paul the Six website trying to find the guy. God, his name. I don't know how.
as much as this kid talks about him, and I put him on the spot, he's
I know.
He really deserves it.
Yeah. But what was I just saying about Jahmir? Yeah. So it's just he's ridiculous. I mean, he's a cold-blooded killer. I mean, he really is. It's crazy. I mean, he balled out I think he went to Charlotte. But graduate transfer here, we just got so lucky for him. And it's going to be huge for the DMV recruiting. The Matha guy,
I agree. So,
he's fucking hooping in his own town.
And, from being at the games, one thing that I see, we really run about 7 players. So it's important that we don't get into foul trouble. Maryland, if we get into foul trouble, that's when you'll start to see some of these scoring droughts. It's when teams are going to start to take advantage of us. That's our Achilles heel. But I feel like we have such a good starting 5 and a good rotation. Who's number 23 who comes in?
Ian Martinez.
He uses his fouls so beautifully. It takes a lot of pressure away from Dante Scott and Reese, and he gets big-time buckets. He's not afraid to go to the hoop. When he's open, he can make that long jumper. I just feel like we have a really good 7 to 8 players that are in this rotation. And honestly, in some of these Big Ten games, it might not be that important, but when you get to March, it's key. You need a good, solid lineup. You need guys that know their role and know what they're going to do and can produce points when you need the points.
Right. It's, no doubt. It's Deshaun Harris-Smith, by the way, the Paul VI guy.
Yeah.
We got...
Look out for Harris-Smith this year.
Dog. We got 2 IMG guys coming in. The one's a 4-star, and then the St. Francis kid, so another local guy, Baltimore. But
shooting guard?
No, he's the Dante Scott. He's only 6'4". So we'll see what he does. He might come in.
If he's like Dante Scott, might as well be.
Honestly, he's only 6'4". I was watching his highlights. He looked bigger than 6'4". So maybe
you can never trust these websites.
Yeah, but dude, Deshaun Harris-Smith, the Paul VI kid, is shooting guard, 6'5", athletic as shit, shoots the shit out of it. This is gonna be ridiculous. But yeah, I mean that's pretty. We're doing good. If Juju is playing at the level he is, we're gonna make
big things.
Yeah, and I generally believe we can win the Big Ten.
And that's what the next thing I was going to talk about is. I think we need to not get too ahead of ourselves and look towards March. What we do in the Big Ten tournament will be a big factor to what happens. I think that we're capable of winning the Big Ten tournament, and it's how we show up. So we're either going to do very well and it's going to translate into March, or if we get beat, hopefully that bad beat wakes them up. But my expectations are we at least make it to the second to last round. In the Big Ten.
Yeah, well, no, let's get to the semis.
Because we need a good seed. We need a good seed in March. If we get a good team that kind of falling down the ranks, like teams like North Carolina and Duke, they're still good programs, but they're not going to get that high seed in March. So the seeding is going to be crazy. I think that we're good enough with a good enough schedule to finish out the season strong to play well in the Big Ten to get a good seed.
Honestly, if we win 60 to 70% of our remaining games, and we make a Big Ten tournament run, Final Four, championship, they'll give us. We'll be a 2 seed, maybe 3 seed.
Well, where are we at in the Big Ten right now? Are we at the top or?
No, we're right in the middle of the Big Ten. Because of our.
I mean, those early losses.
It was those that loss streak really hurt. But. We've had...
Well, I feel like Willard's more of a tournament coach.
Well, we've won 4 of our last 5 games have been Big Ten games. So we're back on track. So we're back in, the middle, probably looking up to the upper half. But we have a huge stretch. We played Minnesota twice. They're really some ass. Nebraska...
Yeah, I'm more worried about Penn State.
Yeah, Nebraska. We played Nebraska again. They're literally terrible. Northwestern, they're always hit or miss. Honestly, we should beat them. Ohio State's sort of falling apart. So we'll win one of the 2 Penn State games, and hopefully we beat Michigan State.
If we beat Michigan State, and hopefully we play Purdue good, even if we can't beat Purdue, hopefully we play them good. But the 9 games, win at least 6 of them.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think that last stretch is good. If we can get past Northwestern, we should have the confidence to finish off Ohio State and Penn State. We'll be away, but
It's going to be exciting. So we will, I guess, keep following. We can do some follow-up shit maybe next week if, we'll see the rankings come out, see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we beat Michigan State, and that Purdue game is super sick. We'll be at the Purdue game, so probably after the Purdue game, we'll do another one of these and check up. If the Michigan State game is really good, well, we might push it up to that. But I'm excited, man. Maryland hoops. It's a new atmosphere inside the building. It's a new atmosphere for fans, honestly, because I've been around since Vasquez and all that, and it just feels so much different. It's super exciting. I kind of got away from Maryland basketball. It was kind of tough to watch. It's not the same anymore. It's completely different.
Yeah. So Purdue, February 16th. Maybe we'll all call out a work Friday and go to Bentley's out of that.
Oh my God. And, just because I like to talk about betting on the channel, so before we leave, I think that your guys, if you want to touch anything on Maryland basketball, obviously Julian Reese rebounds. He tends to blow it out of the water. Jahmir Young, he's been set at 14 every game. Yeah. He's pushing 20 every game.
Watch him, though, because they were catching on. We literally, during the last 7-game stretch, they've been setting his over-under for points at like 13, 14. They're catching on now. He's literally scoring 20 points a game.
Yeah.
So if that gets higher than 16, I would be careful. But anything under 16 is...
And if that's the case, if you start to see his trend go down or up or whatever, I think that if teams start to focus on Jahmir Young, Scott's going to do his thing. And I think that teams have been focusing on Scott because of his hot start, that Jahmir Young is just taking advantage of it. And even with his size, he's not afraid to go to the hoop. So, points with him are always good. I always like to bet Hakeem Hart to get that 3. He shoots at least 3 of them. Now, if he's going to make it, it's up in the air. He kind of screwed me last time. Jahmir Young, he's a very streaky 3-point shooter. If he doesn't make one early, he might not be doing anything like that. But besides those 2 players, Dante Scott, the chances of him getting a double-double are pretty good. Definitely his point size, but his rebounds, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And Julian's taking all the rebounds.
College double-double. Yeah, they don't come as frequently. But yeah, no, it's pretty exciting.
With those big 3, man.
Yeah, nice. I mean, really. Let's talk so really our starting 5 is Jahmir Young, it's Don Carey, who's another graduate transfer. It's Hakeem
Number
Hart.
0.
Yeah. It's Hakeem Hart, Dante Scott, and Reese. So we talked pretty much about 4 out of those 5 players. Let's talk about Don Carey a little bit. Here's my issue with Don Carey. I like him. Don't get me wrong. He's great. I'm so happy he came as a graduate transfer.
Right.
We need him, his leadership. He's mainly a shooter. He's a sharp shooter. He's a 3-point specialist.
Which I haven't seen much of lately.
Well, he shoots better on the road. We've been to all these home games.
Yeah,
it's funny. Yeah. He literally shoots better on the road. His percentage at home is not great. But, the only thing that worries me about him is when he's not hitting from 3, what else is he contributing that much?
And that you bring up a great point. And what I was going to say is, even when he's not making the great plays, I still think that he's a big enough body where, especially the games that I've been to, I see that he's playing basketball smart. He may not be contributing.
He is smart.
He makes a lot of good passes. Yeah. He's very well knowing where his position is, whether it's an off-ball screen or if it's a V cut down to the lane. He's never standing around, and if he has a good player guarding him, he's going to make him work. So he does a lot of off-ball things that are good, but, if he's making a 3, it's even better.
Yeah, I mean, no, when he's hot from 3, it's ridiculous. I mean, we're going to be putting up points. We're averaging like 70, 80 a game right now in this stretch we're on. But, yeah, when he's on, don't get me wrong, he's on. It's work, because if we get a night where he's off and he's not shooting well and Jahmir's off, like,
it's gonna be tough.
We're losing points. So, we'll see.
But that's where good old number 2 could come into play. What's his name again?
What, the black kid or the white kid?
I'm pretty sure the black kid that comes off the bench.
So, his name's Jahara Long.
Yes.
And
he's, in my opinion, he looks a little timid. He's
dude. All right, let's talk about him. Let me pull him up. Let's check up his.
Obviously, see something in him. He gets him playing time.
Yeah.
I'm
so
sure
let's
at
talk
practice
about
he's a dog, but sometimes it just takes that big time situation where, as a kid, as a college student, you just say fuck it and you go out there and you just let it fly.
All right, let's talk. So I messed up on his name. It's not Jahara. It's It might be, is it
Jahari?
Jahari? Yeah, Jahari Long.
Jahari
Long. Okay, so this guy is, what grade is he in? He's a junior. He came over with Kevin Willard as a...
Yeah, so he came from Seton
As a
Hall,
transfer
right?
from Seton Hall.
Yeah.
He loved Kevin. Kevin loved him. They left. He went with his coach. Fantastic. Very happy to get him. But you're exactly right. He plays timid.
Yeah.
And he'll go in there and he will play timid. He really won't make mistakes.
He won't.
But he really isn't contributing much on the offensive side.
Maybe he doesn't want to step on toes. I don't know how our locker room is, but...
I don't want to know because every time he gets in, he will take one or two shots. Like, let's say he'll take probably a 3 a game. The last couple of games, he's had a 3. He'll come in, he'll make a 3, and it's like, I mean, his percentages are great. Like, is he a shooter or is he smart? I don't know. Like, I want to see more out of him, which we will next year when we lose our senior guards.
Well, hopefully the tournament, I mean, it's so weird how tournament basketball is so different from Big Ten play or from our regular season schedule. When it comes down to the Big Ten tournament in March, players just seize the opportunity. And, you know, if they're on a scoring drought, maybe Willard looks at him and says, listen, bro, you're not stepping on any toes. We need something out of somebody.
Right.
In which he has the ability to do. But if Jahmir Young's balling, if Dante Scott's balling, if Reese is getting it going, you know, why step on anybody's toes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. So we're gonna have him. So he's definitely playing his role for this team fantastic. It'll be exciting to see what he does next year. If he could step up, I mean, he's a big body. He's smart. He's pretty out. I don't know how athletic he is, honestly. I don't know if he doesn't
athletic
have
enough
that,
to go up and down and press. I'll tell you that.
Definitely.
Which I
but
think
he's
we're gonna
lengthy.
see
He's
a
kind of
lot
lengthy too for a guard. It looks like. I don't know. I feel like in the press he can kind of stretch a little bit, but he doesn't have that quick twitch fiber that Jahmir Young has. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have that explosiveness. I mean, he might have it, but we just haven't seen it.
I just don't think he has that confidence. And maybe it's because the ball's not in his hand and Jahmir's doing his
So
thing.
if he gets more minutes, we'll see. Which I mean, honestly, at this rate, it might just be next year. So we'll see. We'll continue. But I mean, because he's like our 8th man right now, dude. He's like, I'm probably 7th. Because Ian Martinez is our 6th. Pretty sure.
Yeah, Martinez is definitely our 6th. He's probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, no. So he's pretty good. I mean, you know, we'll take it. And he has dude, what's his face? Oh my god, I'm gonna feel bad for forgetting his name. Patrick Emilian, the Toronto.
Oh, number 15.
Yeah,
my god.
So this guy's funny. He's a graduate transfer. He plays really hard. His ceiling is kind of low. He gets good minutes. When Reese is in foul trouble, he'll go in. Dante needs some rest, he'll go in. He plays pretty great defense. He's a hustler. He's not going to contribute much on offense, but he'll get you a couple points. But really, I think the only issue with him is just his ceiling is just low.
Yeah.
You know, his floor is very low and his ceiling's low.
He'll grab some rebounds, get some putbacks. Yeah. But other than that, he's just trying to make the offense flow.
Love that guy. And also, what's up with so he's Canadian. He's from Toronto.
Oh,
my
God.
We keep going to the Maryland game. We're sitting down right at the section right where the players walk out of. And this old...
She's got to be like 50 or 60 years old.
No, she's definitely 60. But I don't know if it's his mom. No, I don't think it's definitely not his mom.
Dude, no.
It can't be his mom.
Ben talked to her at the last game.
I talked to her.
This old lady just comes walking through the student section with 2 pieces of paper. Not even a
They're not even big.
2 pieces of paper going, I love you a million, and like, I love Canada.
Yo, she was like, yo, Canada has your back. Like, we love you. Like, Patrick. Like, we're like, what the hell? Like, she's going nuts. So I don't know if it's his mom, but she was talking to me, and I feel like she would have said, like, that's my son.
Yeah, that's exactly what we
But she
know.
was like, I'm from Canada, he's from Canada, like, Canada. Like, that's what she was just crazy.
Oh my God.
So, Patrick, if that's your mom, and you hear this, I'm not roasting her. She's a lovely lady. She loves the game and shit. She gets into it, but it's just funny because if she's not your mom, she's a little nutty.
Well, first of all,
because if she's not your mom, she's nutty.
You gotta acknowledge her, bro. She's going to every game. We've only been to the past like 4.
No,
she's there religiously. I don't know if she's driving down from Toronto or if she's fucking here, but she fucking loves you, bro.
So yeah, dude. So Wave at this girl. Hopefully she's your mom. If she's your mom, it makes a lot of sense, but she should be in the parent section with all the other parents.
Amelian's going, I see this fucking girl every game, dude. What the fuck?
She's like, dude, she a stalker? So I don't know, man. What's up with her? We don't know, but she's kind of funny. And then also there's I don't know who this is either, but there's I guess you would say special needs older black dude that we've seen.
Dude.
He's always there, dude. He's a huge religious fan. So I don't know. I mean, he just kind of wanders around the student section. I don't know if he's...
I'll tell you what, Miss Frizzle is picking all these people up and taking them to the game on the short bus. I don't know what's going on here. They're getting dropped off. It's like fucking Looney Tunes up in the contact center. It's a hell of a time, though. We got this one kid who's definitely probably on cocaine, wearing goddamn cowboy hats, fucking going crazy in the student section. He looks like fucking Duck Dynasty out there.
Yeah, dude. They're getting after him.
I mean, College Park is just special, and I'm not going to say it's because of Kevin Willard, but it's because it's Kevin Willard. I'll tell you that right now. He's bringing the energy, he's bringing the action. And College Park's just different. I'll tell you what, too. When SVP and Gary Williams are in the house,
dude, it's electric. When Scotty's in the building,
you think it's different. The second coming of Christ. I mean, it's ridiculous in there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's pretty much it. Wraps up our Maryland talk.
All right, well, be jamming. No Bear. That's balling with Bear.
Tough.